it's a rainy day in the neighborhood. Oh my God. Let's see if that'll hold. So I went and picked up Mom her bread. And now I'm off to work. I hope she'll be okay. Normally if I just go in the morning, if I go in for 1 o'clock, I'm home by 3:30, but today I'm working 2. So the next one starts at 4, is finished at 6, so I won't be home until 6:30. I made her a lunch and I made her supper, if she feels like that. I just went and got a loaf of bread. Chances are she'll make herself a sandwich and you know, do her knitting and watch the news. And I'm off to socialize, make some money for the charity. I forget what charity it is. I usually just work for any charity. I don't really check the name of it unless it was my charity. Like when I worked full-time every Saturday, that's full-time. When I worked for one particular charity, I knew my charity's name. But when somebody calls me and they're sick and they want me to go and work for their charity, I don't always check to see which one it is. But that's okay. All charity work is good, and I always try to make them lots of money. We get a float and we get so many cards and we have change, like our float is our change, and we have to know the price of each card, which it hasn't really changed, although today may be different. And then at the end of every special game we turn in our cards, count those. So if we got 10 cards to sell and I sold 4 and they were $1 each, I owe the charity my float for the first after the first special. I owe them my float, whichever, say $20, plus the $4 for selling the card, and then I have to keep track of what I return to them, and they mark it down. And my goal is to never be short, you know, which means sometimes I'm very careful, but sometimes the cards stick together, and you don't want to sell cards for the wrong price, so you have to be sure you know the prices. It's pretty simple. It's either $1 or $2, right? But in most of the time, I think I mentioned it once before in a vlog, I was short, and I shouldn't have been short because I was right on, and I think the girl forgot to mark it on the paper. So, but you know, it happens if you're $1 or $2 short. That happens once in a while. But to be more than that is, I consider negligence, but I shouldn't say that because I'm like jinxing me. But I'm very, very careful, because when a customer is asking for a bunch of cards, these are extras, or extra specials. So if they, you know, they want to go through and they want one of that, 2 of those, 6 of those, 1 of those, whatever, you know. So I do that with them, and then I say, okay, now let's count it up and see how much you owe me. And then I'll count them with them so that they can see how much they're buying before I take their money. I don't touch their money until I have counted out the cards. And that is simply because there have been times when people not so honest people, or people trying to get away with stuff, or people who haven't won in a while and think that the charity or the hall, mostly the hall, owes them, you know, whatever, a win. So I always make sure that they give me, and some, they give me their money, the correct amount, and I count out the change. I said, you give me a 20, okay, here is the change from your 20, as we just counted it. It's not as, I mean, I'm pretty quick at it, but I would rather do that than have someone say, you know, you shortchanged me, or I gave you a 20 and you only gave me back change for a 10. I always hold, I don't even put it in my pocket. It's right there beside me with the rest of my cards before I give them anything. It's just, you know, from experience, in my experience. And I'm always pleasant, regardless of whatever. If anybody has a complaint, I listen before I say anything. I listen to what they have to say. And sometimes they're just cranky. I've had many people that are just plain cranky. And you just have to be patient with them. And, you know, I'm so sorry you're feeling bad today. Is there anything I can do to make you feel better? It's amazing how that works. Whew. Yeah, so I'm almost at work. It's really rainy. It's not cold, it's cool. But a lot of that snowfall that we got on Friday is melting down. Last night we had freezing rain. I hate freezing rain. And usually the city's pretty good with salting their roads, but it's still, you know, there's so many idiots on the road that think that they, just because they have snow tires, they can drive through anything. But so it should be a fun day. I haven't seen the girls in a week, and Mom and I haven't been as often as we used to. So we will do some chatting, see what's new. They always like to tell me all the gossip, what's going on. I've never seen a bunch of gossipers so much in all my life. But what can you do? And it's not just the women. Sometimes I hear the men and I'm going, oh, you've got to stop watching TV. Oh, it's going to be a quiet day today. There's not very many people here, although it's pretty early. About a half hour early. It's about a half hour early, and I'm going to park in my favorite spot because then I can just drive right in. Oh, well, second floor is what. Yeah. There we go. So I'll sit here, finish chatting with you, and making sure I got some lipstick on. My hair, of course, I just went through the rain, so the rain has got my hair. I'm trying to let it grow, guys. I'm trying, but I had to trim the back because it was too lopsided. Definitely need to get new lipstick. Oh my god. So I need, for work, a paper clip for the money. Kleenex. Good. I need a pen. I always like my cute Dollar Tree pen. This is so cute. And my finger. My rubber finger. Because I want to make sure that when I'm counting the cards that they come out. This one is a big one. I have a whole bunch. It doesn't fit as well on my index finger, so I put it on my middle finger. Fits a little bit better. I have no idea what the numbers are. I have no idea if it's going to be busy or not. Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty quiet, especially at the 4 o'clock, unless the numbers are high. I'm going to turn off my car. Well, guys, I will chat with you on the way home if it's not too dark. As I said, I'm working. I'll be heading home around 6:30, so it should be okay. Oh, got some ladies there. All right. I am getting ready to go in, count my cards, find out what's new, and we will talk to you after, and I'll let you know how my day went. Hi everyone, GrayPower 60 here. Finished work. Looked like hell, but I don't usually work too, and I'm tired. I'm tired. So it's around 6:30, 6:45, starting to get dark. It's been raining all day. Little, not heavy rain, just spitting rain, kind of a nuisance rain. And I don't know if I'm supposed to go up this far or not, but I'm going. Okay. So, yeah, work was great. Really enjoyed it. Then I had to stop and pick up some toilet paper and medicine for my grandson. I just dropped it off. And now I'm headed home. Mom's been home alone all day, and I called her about every hour or so. Oh, just to see how she was. Oh, I'm tired. But it was a good day. It was a good day. Had to pick up a few things at the store. Thank God payday's on Wednesday. I'm running out of gas. I'm running out of cigarettes. We're running out of stuff at home. I was watching a couple of videos, YouTube channels last night, and I don't know how many of you have been watching The Daily Connoisseur. Jennifer Scott, I really like her. I watch her a lot. In her early days, she was an exchange student in Paris, or in France, and she came up with 3 books. I have all 3 books. It's Madame Chic books, and she also talks about, the 10-item wardrobe, and I always thought it was interesting, and I always kind of wanted to get rid of some clothes that I don't wear very often, and some of the summer clothes are packed, so I'll go through those pretty soon. But before I pack away my winter clothes, I'm going to have a look at what I've got and kind of go through it all. There's something about the French that we all seem to gravitate to. Maybe it's because of their natural elegance or their natural flair for fashion. Even in Canada, in Quebec, we have, our French people in Quebec, and they have a flair for fashion and being presentable every time they go out and that kind of thing. So anyway, I happened across, I was watching a collab with someone, I can't remember what it was, and then there was another that came up on my feed kind of like the Parisian way or something like that anyway. And I watched 3 or 4 of them, 3 or 4 different channels, different YouTube channels, and I was fascinated by the tips that she gave, and it was rather interesting, I think, for me, because I've always, you know, when I worked, I was always well dressed. Even after I retired and I started wearing kind of bummy clothes, I call it bummy clothes, but everyone always said I looked nice. So the trouble is, lately, oh, excuse me, lately I have been just kind of going out without putting, I mean, I never used to leave the house without combing my hair, putting on mascara, and lipstick. Sometimes a little blush, but most of the time it was, you know, just those basic things. I never, you know, put on a lot of foundation. I didn't wear eyeshadow, you know. But I always, you know, I never went out with bummy clothes on or sweats or, you know, that I wasn't presentable. And that kind of went to the wayside after I retired. I kind of, you know. So I think to optimize my wardrobe and to make me feel better, so that when I get up in the morning and I want to find something to wear, instead of throwing on the old dirty pants I wore the day before with the old t-shirt or whatever, I thought I would take a close look at my wardrobe. And I guess because I lived alone, I never really, you know, I just wore whatever around the house. And I never really bought any clothes, and then I started buying a few things. But I went to this store where the clothes were like really, really cheap and fun, and kind of fun colors and things like that. But now I'm kind of rethinking that and wondering if I should just go through things. Now, one of the basic things that Jennifer was talking about in the Daily Connoisseur, what she was talking about was a 10-item wardrobe, but that like scarves and t-shirts and shorts and things like that are considered extras. So that I don't know if you noticed, it's very, very foggy today. Hot, warm air hitting the cold snow. But anyway, yeah, so I'm starting to think that maybe I should go through my stuff and, you know, rethink my wardrobe. The only thing is, I like to be comfortable when I sleep, and for the longest time I just wore long t-shirts, and I used to buy just those, you know, pajama bottoms, like just the bottom, I don't know what they're called, not right now, I can't think, but yeah, so I hope it's not too dark, guys. I really, and then, you know, I went through my PJs and I bought three pair of really, really nice looking pajamas. They're not good quality, but I thought they were good enough for sleeping in, and they're pretty. So I have those, and I think I will cut down on my my other pajama bottoms and t-shirts, the long t-shirts. I got a couple of pair, like one of them is like grandma's hands, and I'll never get rid of that one because it was something grandma anyway, but my grandson, Aiden, my daughter's oldest, the 9-year-old, when he was little, I think he was 4 is when I got it, and oops, and it's got his handprints on it, and it's got Grandma's the best or something like that, you know, something cute. So I'll never get rid of that. And then there's another one, Grandma's Rules, that I have that I really are nice and comfortable and I really like. So I don't know why these guys park so close to my spot. Yeah, so I'm really thinking my wardrobe. I'm gonna have to go through it and see. So we're home. Thanks for joining me, guys. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.